Not like the brazen giant of Greek fame, with conquering limbs astride from land to land. Here at our sea-washed sunset gates shall stand a mighty woman with a torch, whose flame is the imprisoned lightning, and her name, Mother of Exiles. From her beacon hand glows worldwide welcome. Her mild eyes command the air-bridged harbor that twin cities frame. Keep, ancient lands, your storied pomp, cries she with silent lips. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free, the wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless, tempest-tossed, to me. I lift my light beside the golden door. Emma Lazarus.
Okay, unfortunately, I made a mistake here, and there was supposed to be a clip that comes from Emma Goldman's that shares something about the significance of the assassination of the president, and we went into a clip that was very, very important that we need to appreciate, because there is a rich heritage in America from the immigrant experience. It is all for one or none, and this experience is known as socialist organizing. When we talk about patriotism, and let's understand and appreciate patriotism in this country. Most often, the right wing of America claims that they express the American spirit and they revere its symbols, while those who criticize the U.S. government are quote-unquote anti-patriotic. So students, I want you to know that the terms progressive and patriotic are part of the immigrant experience, because all immigrants that come into this country want to contribute to this country because that's why they're here. They're contributing. So let's take the Pledge of Allegiance. It was written in 1892 by a leading Christian socialist. His name is Francis Bellamy, and he was fired from his Boston ministry for his sermons depicting Jesus as a socialist. So let's put down socialism, Francis Bellamy, at the bottom thirds. Now, Francis Bellamy is important for us to appreciate because we need to recognize his sermons that Christianity is socialism. Now, this is very important because Christianity is a challenge to treat all as human when redistributing the collection of wealth. That's the key message. That's the key message that he was espousing. The Trinity represents the unified presence of humanity. When we talk about the Sermon on the Mount, most Republicans think it's the Sermon on the Amount. But the sacrament, the body of Christ, all churches are built around the physical presence of Christ's socialist commitment. And this is what drove Francis Bellamy to write in the Pledge of Allegiance a more collective and egalitarian vision of America. One nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So get to know that when you pledge allegiance to the flag. The whole idea and the whole experience is about socialism. All for one or none, okay? So let's take the Statue of Liberty. In this particular case, we just saw the film clip on the Colossus, the new Colossus. This was a poem that was written by Emma Lazarus. So we can put socialism, Emma Lazarus, and let's just show her picture. And she was a poet of considerable repute in her day. She was a well-known figure in literary circles, and she took interest in in socialism and the socialist tradition. And she wrote this Welcome to the Wretched of the Earth in 1883 as an effort to project an inclusive and egalitarian definition of the American dream. Okay, so we can come back now and let's take a look at another socialist, Catherine Lee Bates. She was a professor of English at Wellesley College. She was an ardent feminist. She was a lesbian socialist, and she wrote a very important song called America the Beautiful. And in this song that so many patriots sing, it reflects this lesbian's view that U.S. imperialism undermines the nation's core values of freedom and liberty. the song or the poem's final words, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. They are an appeal for social justice rather than the pursuit of wealth. So next time you hear a right-wing evangelist singing America the Beautiful, whisper in their ear that they're singing a song, a poem that was written by a radical lesbian feminist. So please get to know this, okay? So, again, what is socialism? Well, let's listen to Ray Charles, the America the Beautiful, just so we can get an idea of the importance of this message.
Oh, beautiful, for heroes proved in liberating strife.
Okay, so this message is very important, and we only have so much time, and I got to cover some material. So let me just share with you why socialism is so important, why the immigrant organizing into unions is so important for us to appreciate today. Now, first of all, with regards to socialism, socialists take the position that all persons share certain needs. There exists some minimum requirement of food, shelter, health, and so forth, which all people share. And no decent society would concentrate wealth in the hands of the few while the needs of the majority go unmet. So society has to be organized in such a way that can allow and encourage all human beings to realize their humanity. So let's talk about progressive reform in the socialist tradition. Let's put that on the bottom floor. Human beings from the socialist view are purposeful beings who are able, if given a chance, to make decisions intelligently, who have intentions and purposes, and who can become aware of alternatives and rationally choose among them. People are potentially self-directed and self-determining. People are capable of self-expression and creativity, but you have to be given the chance. And equality of condition is the foundation of socialism. And this is what the second great wave of immigrants brought to this country, the dream of equality. Now get to know it. They believed in civil rights for all Europeans. I say Europeans because many of them had their reservations with Native Americans, about Native Americans, and many were hesitant about the blackness of America. And of course, there's problems with Asians and Mexicans. But nonetheless, this is the great heritage, equality of condition for all.